Now, going over to the political part podcast, you have a Democrat mayoral candidate named Zohran promising free stuff in a foreign language and goes viral. Or is it Zohan? Or was that Adam Sandler movie? Is it the same guy? I'm only partially kidding. This is credited to End Wokeness on X, and he says, quote, Zohan Mandiami is promising free stuff in a foreign language for his New York City advertisements. This is where we are. And, well, he did do one thing right in his life. He did suit up, so he did one thing. Now this is I'll translate it because obviously we won't know what he says.
बात ये नहीं है कि मैं क्या बनूंगा.
He says, but it's not who I'll be.
बात ये है कि मैं क्या करूंगा.
But he says, but what I will do.
करूंगा.
It sounds like he's rapping.
हमारे communities के लिए और हर एक New Yorker के लिए.
For our communities and for every New Yorker.
मैं हमारे शहर को affordable बनाऊंगा.
I'm going to make this city affordable. Have Democrats ever done that once? Looking at you, San Francisco. Looking at you, Chicago or Chirac.
New Yorkers मुश्किल से afford कर रहे हैं.
New Yorkers are struggling to afford food, he says.
रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान.
Clothing and shelter.
मैं ये सब बदलने के लिए लड़ रहा हूँ.
I'm fighting to challenge that. Freeze rent.
Free buses.
Free buses. Universal health care. What a moron. Yeah, rent freeze and rent control. If you look at, I mean, there's a reason there are buildings that are abandoned because landlords don't want to do business and make a loss anymore. Yeah, rent freezes are terrible. This is one of the reasons that destroy cities. Free buses. Instead of, you should just hear this. Instead of saying free rent freeze, free buses, free healthcare, it's just stealing money from you and you and you, the taxpayer.
Universal childcare और सस्ती groceries के जरिए.
Cheaper groceries.
पर आपको एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूँ.
But I ask you, hey.
तुमने कभी किसी को वोट?
Have you ever voted before?
किया. बात ये नहीं.
What? Gia? Sounds like an energy drink at the very end.
वोट किया.
No, wait a minute. It's an advertisement for Ford Motor Company.
को वोट किया.
Ford Kia. Wait, no, that's two competing brands. Perhaps he's going to give them a Ford and a Kia, which some people might call bribes, but I would actually call that kind of abusive because, you know, they're so unreliable. I'm only partially kidding. They all scream yes, as indicating they've been, you know, they voted before. And you know it's a Democrat ad because there's not a single American flag in the whole thing. Or New York flag for the few people who are proud to be New Yorkers. Yeah, free stuff. Again, at least he did suit up. He did one thing right. Low bar. And then this went pretty viral. Got 1.5 million views and 21,000 likes. One of the first comments come to us thanks to Valentina Gomez. And she says, quote, exactly what happened in the UK is happening in America. These Muslims are taking over city by city. Gained 5.8 thousand likes. Which, I mean, I think the UK has been great since it's been culturally enriched. Has not all had a spike in crime and abuse and also arresting people for memes if they dare make fun of or make jokes of the abuse that they're facing. Oh, wait a minute. UK has become a total hellhole. Probably uncorrelated, though, to mass migration. Billy Bob, 1972, says, quote, assimilate or go home. Anyone who wants a passport must assimilate. I think he should rephrase that to wants to become a U.S. citizen or, you know, come to the United States. But nevertheless, I get his point. Grass. Is it really grass? No, it's a picture of a person that's green. I was going to say, how does the grass type? The AI and the computers are everywhere, but they're not a grass yet. He says, quote, his campaign tactics are a disgrace to American democracy. Promising free services in a foreign language to buy votes is not only unethical, but it's also illegal. Get the F out with this nonsense. Gained 339 likes. Which, again, I mean, he's actually just doing what every Democrat has done for the past 10 plus years. It's not that unusual, even though I don't agree with it. Bribing people is kind of the whole shtick of the party. Free healthcare, free room and board, free groceries, free everything. Free phones. Matt Van Swole says, quote, I hate so much about the GOP, but Democrats are effing insane. Getting 1.4 thousand likes. And reminds me of old Dave Chappelle bit where he was talking about different races and saying, don't get too excited. You guys just win by default. Emily Henderson says, quote, no matter how progressive he looks, deep inside his motives are clear. Favor his people, endorse Sharia, love the Muslim Brotherhood. And a picture of a U.S. soldier smoking a cigarette in the Middle East and says, quote, you go to the Middle East to fight, suffer, and die, turn and invite these scumbags to the U.S.? What kind of stupid are you people? Getting 715 likes. Quite a few to say the least. The conservative alternative says, quote, looting the coffers of American tax dollars to give free money to foreigners, great. We need a new amendment that requires everyone who holds office to be born in the USA. It's a matter of national security. Getting 44 likes. Let's see. Chica Tomorrow says, quote, this is future for New York under this guy. And it's just homelessness and chaos in the streets. I mean, I'm no geographical expert. I don't know if that's San Francisco or New York. I just know it's a Democrat city. Getting 249 likes, though. Ever Intrigued says, quote, Zohran Madami is a rich kid from a Bollywood dynasty turned socialist cosplay activist. Funded by campus radicals, anti-Israeli agitators, and Ivy Tower elites, raised $8 million promising rent freezes, free buses, and city-run grocery stores. He's not fighting for New Yorkers. He's pushing for a fantasy funded by people that will never live in the consequences. Getting 730 likes, going up like a stock. Well, not Boeing, or, not some stocks are crashing like a rock, but some stocks are going up. Which, yeah, and again, it's always hilarious when people say, oh yeah, we'll just have the government in charge of the grocery stores, in charge of the stores, they'll get better. Spoiler alert for people who have never read a damn history book. When you give the government the means of production and selling and service, it always goes to hell. Scrolling down more and more. You have Blakely getting 1,000 likes for this. He says, quote, well, it's good. It's a good thing you're not a New Yorker then. F off and stay in your racist suburb and leave us alone. Getting 1,000 likes again. Dominic Michael Trippy says, quote, what an embarrassment much of our country is becoming. This is a completely unacceptable. Getting 94 likes. You have Pro Barit saying, quote, just remember Sadiq Khan of London. Don't turn New York into Islamic London. Please don't vote for him. Getting 165 likes. Jabul says, quote, crazy what happens when you let a Muslim Indian who was born in Uganda become a citizen in less than a decade run for mayor of the biggest city in the U.S. Getting 201 likes. Scrolling down more and more. Those are kind of the top comments. And again, it is such, well, this is another top comment. It's got 44 likes from Messenger Exile saying, quote, another Indian who got kicked out of Uganda and who the whole tribe will vote for creating Indian monopolies. Getting 44 likes. But again, it's just kind of, I'm not too surprised by this advertisement. Again, it's just kind of the standard copy paste from the Democrat playbook. I think maybe it's going more viral than usual because it's in a foreign language. For a second, I thought this is Minnesota. I'm only partially kidding because, oh no, Minnesota is all Somalian. I forgot where their state being so pathetically conquered that they changed their state flag, which used to be beautiful. Or as Trump would say, Minnesota used to have a great, beautiful flag. Some would say one of the most beautiful, very articulate, very ornate. Now it looks like a rudimentary crayon drawing of Somalia. The pathetic flag led by Tim Walz. What a wussy. Tampon Tim. Something to that effect. As Minnesota has become a conquered hellhole. Increase regulation, decrease life, what do you call it? The life parameter metrics in terms of, yeah. There's a reason most businesses and people do not move to Minnesota and places like New York, but I partially digress. Let me know, do you think there will ever actually be any regulation in terms of you can't just give away free stuff in commercials? I'm kind of pessimistic in terms of my outlook of that, but let me know your thoughts because, as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.